Welcome to the podcast for your spiritual growth.
Evolve,
Align,
and embrace.
I am Sophia.
And I'm Alex. Let's start.
Today we're talking about the third eye chakra, the Ajna Chakra. You will learn a lot about how to find your purpose, how to focus, and how to work with your creativity and visualization. You will learn so much about yourself when you listen to this podcast and will get a lot of insights about yourself. We share with you tools that you can use to balance your third eye chakra and also some stories of our life where we connected to it and where we knew we were off or we were balanced in it. So enjoy, have fun.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome to chakra number 6. We're in the end of the chakra series. Today we're going to talk about the third eye, the magical third eye chakra.
If you see me here on YouTube, then you can see that on my t-shirt I have a third eye.
Definitely.
Just realized that it wasn't on purpose.
Yes, unconsciously she took that shirt on this morning. Wow, it's powerful.
Mm-hmm. And
super.
It's also funny to say it's not on purpose because this chakra is about your purpose.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's a part of it. It's the third eye is in between your eyes, in between your eyebrows. And it's where your internal vision lies. And therefore also your purpose, or the ability to connect to your purpose and see your purpose and follow your purpose. And one thing, like in a yoga class, you might have heard the yoga teacher talk about drishti, and drishti is your focus, right? When you find a focus point in front of you, and when you're in Warrior 3, for example, or when you're in tree pose, in any balancing pose, you need a focus point, right? Mm-hmm. Something to focus on in order not to fall out of balance. And this focus point, this drishti, is something that we can find internally as well. And when we do so, we connect to the third eye. And that's what we use in meditation as well. So that's a really, really good one to embrace and get better focus and concentration and vision also. So just kind of like a quick overview of what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. Yes, it's all about, for me, it's a visualization tool, which where you can choose what your purpose is, or where you can choose where you're going, like really a focus of concentration, a focus of where you go with your attention, if it's in a yoga asana or every single day. Actually, yesterday I just did a Instagram story post where I said, you guys, the smartest thing we can do is ask us every single day, how can we serve today? How can we do something for the world today? And that question, the exercise to find an answer for that question really, really gives us a purpose, because when we have an answer for that, we know why we're here, and we can visualize what we can do in this world every single day. And yeah, our third eye is really helpful for us to see that and find that. And yeah, in every yoga session that I'm teaching, I always say, keep your drishti, look with your chin up somewhere far, or find a point and stay in your vibe and in your movie. I always imagine a yoga class as a journey, and I want them all to connect to their inner journey, their ups and downs, their movie in their mind. what they see and feel internally while practicing yoga. Yes, totally. So yeah, we're teaching in different schools, in different worlds, in different countries, but we teach the same, right, Sophia? Kind of. And about the location, so like every other chakra, how the energetics work in the third eye is definitely also interesting, because like Sophia said, we have it here, and if the energy draws outward and is going outside of our body, connecting us with the outside world, it goes outside of our third eye, between our eyebrows, but also down here where our hair starts in our neck. This is also where it goes outside.
Where our scalp starts down.
The scalp starts, or the hair starts, yes. There's an organ, it's called the Zirbeldrüse in German. I'll look it up what it is in English, I'm sorry guys. And it's an organ that really does connect us to our higher self, or to the world that is more than what we can see with our bare eyes, but to other worlds. And therefore the third eye chakra has the capacity of connecting us with more that we can feel and see internally. And like I always say, with stuff that we can see and feel and energetically take on, that is between the lines. So when I say something to you guys, it's the pineal gland, what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm talking to you guys, a part of you takes on more than the words I'm saying, or the gestures when you watch the video on YouTube, the gestures I'm showing while talking, because we have the ability through a third eye to take on more the energetic frequency of what's going on in the room, in the conversation. So the third eye chakra is allowing us to tap into different worlds, into multidimensional worlds energetically too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I'm reading always before we dive into a new chakra. I kind of refresh my mind on each chakra, right? To give the best information that I can. And there is in this book that I was just reading, it says that this third eye chakra is kind of like an antenna, and it connects you in two different languages, basically. The telepathic communication, which you were talking about, like what's in between the lines. In acting, that's a really interesting thing, because as an actor or actress, you need to be very well connected to that one, because you get a script, right? You get words that you need to play, but you don't play the words, you play the other part, really. So it's about which kind of energetics do you put into the words that you take out, right? We talked last week about our throat chakra and how we communicate, but what do you send out with the words? And that's what also our antenna here, how it connects to other people. It connects through language, but also through this telepathy communication. And yeah, it's kind of like a fine feeling for the situation, and that's what we have in our third eye.
Definitely, because as you tell the story about the lines and the acting, me personally, and I do really always refer to that when we're recording our podcast for you guys. I always see images. When Sophia is talking to me about something, I see something that is connected to her words. Like right now when she was talking about the lines and the words, and that actors don't take on the words purely, but more than that, the whole story around the words, and they have to transport the whole story and only say words with their mouth to support that, basically. I just saw myself in an acting room with a sheet of paper, my lines, and the whole world inside of me, and transporting that. So
imagination lies
yes,
in your third eye, and we don't realize how much of what we experience in everyday life is actually plays in our mind. We can see things through our eyes, but how we interpret,
I think.
like my English,
Yeah.
interpret those situation and what we see visually, what we hear, what we smell. That's all a process in our brain, in our mind, and that's what our third eye is about. It's bringing the outside world inside and
Yes.
kind of filtering out how we see the world and what our viewpoints are. And yeah, it's the reflection of the outer world into the inner world.
Yes. Yes. So whatever you have in your mind while listening to our words is giving you a lot of insight into your inner world and into your intuition. And when you talk to people, usually you're very much connected on a third eye level as well. Yeah, so that's definitely always on. I also remember you probably also have situations where we're sitting together with a friend and they were saying, you say something and that friend would say, oh my God, I just had the same thought in my head. I just wanted to say that as well. Or I was just thinking about exactly the same thing. And that's the telepathic communication between people through this chakra. So it's never a coincidence. In my opinion, there are no coincidences. It's always a connection that is just shown by an example of thinking about the same thing.
I had that situation today and yesterday, actually, with someone. Yesterday I was calling someone and I was like, I just had that same thought before I called you. And then today I had the same situation where I was like, I just thought about it this morning. And he was like, I just thought about this morning as well. Like, there's something that it's over we can't really understand it because it goes further than how our mind is programmed as human beings.
Yes.
And it is the highest it's the connection to our highest chakra, right, as on a human level. So next episode we're going to talk about the last chakra, and there is, I don't want to give away too much, but this chakra we're talking about today, which is the third eye chakra, or also called Ajna, is the only chakra that, or the last chakra that we can connect to properly, in a way that we can control, I would say. After that, we can't control the last chakra, and we will talk about that next time. But I also wanted to talk about the name in Sanskrit. Ajna actually means wisdom. So it's really, the word wisdom already says it. Wisdom is something that we know, but it's something that we can't understand. It's something that is inside of us, and it's a knowing that we can't learn. It's not something that you can study. It's something that lies within us, and it's about being able to access that wisdom. So yeah, and when you were talking before, Alex, about that it connects us to our purpose and all of those things, and it connects us to what our place in this world is, and how we can follow that. And I wanted to talk a little bit, if that's okay with you, about business as well, because we both are entrepreneurs, right? And I know that some of you who listen are entrepreneurs, and this is an amazing chakra to connect to and to work with if you have trouble connecting to your overall purpose, or yeah, what you were born to do, and then transform that into your business as well. Like that you actually do, you don't have to, a lot of people don't have their profession as their purpose, and that's fine. It's not always about that. But for many entrepreneurs, that's why they also started their businesses, or that's why they wanted to do their own thing, because they're like, I have something that I really want to share with the world, and I need to share this. And working with your Ajna Chakra just gives you the ability to be able to really move in that direction also energetically, and not only doing the things, but coming onto the same frequency as your goal or your vision or your purpose. So yeah, so it's really, really powerful in business as well to work with this chakra.
Yes. Every time I'm teaching meditation or hypnosis, I would say, okay, so now in your inner world, or in your inner eye, let the vision of this and that show up. And then I would always say, you don't have to do anything. Just watch what happens. Just watch what is being shown. Just let it come, and then let yourself be surprised, because that is how it works. It is something that is not that we cannot do out of our human capabilities. It is a very spiritual chakra, and it's being done. It's just happening. And the access to this wisdom, those visuals and answers in this chakra about your purpose or anything else you want to connect to are coming automatically. And you, we can just train to open up and welcome it to show up, so we can see it, observe it, and then know it. Yeah, so that's kind of also how the inner wisdom works. It's just there all the time. We just have to ask for it to show up and open up inside for it to show up.
Yeah, definitely. And it's basically about limiting distractions. It's same with meditation, right? We sit down to meditation and read. Meditation is all about focus. And in the end, for me, when I started meditating, it opened up the world to my vision, because I started to limit all other distractions in my mind in order to focus. And it took me some time to be able to focus. But once I was able to focus, I could see clearly, and I didn't have to do anything. I just had to sit down and focus on my third eye. And that's what I still do. That's my favorite way to practice meditation. And for people who are new to meditation, there are other ways into it, right? With movement and visualizations and all other things. But for me personally, I just love to just sit in silence and to just focus, because then, as you said, everything comes to me. I don't have to do anything. I see clearly, and that gives me direction. And again, this drishti, right? It gives me direction and a focus point, and I know, okay, I'm going this way, not because I decided to, but because I know internally that that's my path. And then through that knowing, through that awareness, through that clear picture, I then take action naturally that supports that path or that vision. And that's in life, that's in business, that's in relationships. If you have a clear vision of where it's where the path is going. You never see the end picture. Maybe you see an end picture. It's never going to look like the end picture in the end, but you know where you're going, and that
gives you direction, that end picture.
Yeah.
No matter if it really will end up there.
Yeah. And it takes away so much anxiety or fear or doubt, because it doesn't matter really what happens. I just know it's my mission and my duty to go after this. And when we are connected to this, the only way to be connected to this third eye chakra is also by having worked with all the other chakras. That's one thing I wanted to say, because we can only open the pathway to our spiritual self if we are grounded and feel secure and our heart is open and all the energy is flowing in our lower chakras in order to flow up, because we always come from down to up. So if I have all these qualities that we talked about in the past weeks, if I worked on them, and of course we have to continuously work on them in order to be open in our third eye chakra, I will know if the energy is moving down here, I will know that life isn't as we want it to be often, and there will be challenges, but that doesn't matter. It's just about moving towards that direction that I know to be my path, through being able to connect to my purpose and my vision through my third eye chakra. And then it's just about moving through the obstacles and moving in that direction without doubt, without fear, without anxiety. Yes. So it's really, so that chakra is so powerful. But again, like, you need to be, if you haven't listened to any of the other chakra episodes yet, I really advise you to start at the first one and move through it and see what kind of work can you do in order to connect then to your third eye chakra.
Yes, definitely. Because at the end of the day, we are still human beings with human nature, with instincts, with basic needs, and they have to be met before we tap into our spiritual world. That really is totally opening up, or I really want to show you what could happen if you're only opened up in your third eye chakra, but not really connected in your first chakras. So when your third eye chakra is through the pineal gland, and the point between your eyebrows is very, very open, like maybe even too open, you tend to see spirituality and meaning in everything. You might be like an artist that sees creative processes in everything. You could be a person who's like, oh my God, this is so interesting how it's shaped, and the color is so crazy, and it makes me think about this and that story, and makes me feel like this and that. So if it's really open, you're so open, you can see meaning in everything. You can get distracted really easily. You cannot focus well. You're just so open. That's an example for how you can feel when it's really, really, really open and you're not very grounded. Also, I know people who are very open here. They see visualizations and pictures all the time, everywhere, in everything, and I'm always impressed by what they see and how well they're connected to their inner world. And I love to listen to their stories, but at the same time I see them, I look at their bodies and I see, okay, you're not nourishing enough, you're not sleeping enough, your teeth are not really, really well. I just think about this one person who's a good example right now. You're not very, you don't have muscles, you're a little bit thin, you don't eat enough, you maybe don't have appetite as much, you only live in this meditative state naturally. And so that's just one example. Also, this person isn't connected to its kid really well and doesn't find a partner. So all the lower topics about family and basic needs for your body are not really met and not really nourished. But here, a lot is going on, a lot of meditation, a lot of talking about the world changing, and pictures and angels and inner child processes, whatever comes to mind when you think about your inner world, is very, very present with this person, for example. And then also the other direction, when the chakra is not very open, but the energy is so only working inside of your body, that can also happen. And that makes you only see what you can really see. So you only believe what your actual eyes can see. You only what you can feel is the truth. Only what you can see is the truth, and everything in between is just not existent. You are very narrow-minded in that area. You only believe what is maybe proven by science, and what you can really feel with your hands physically, and see with your real eyes.
Very systematical. You need to have proof for everything. You're very as you said, you can only see that one thing. You can only see one perspective. You can only, you're very, very not detail oriented, maybe detail oriented, but narrow with your vision, as you said.
Not open-minded at all. Just no, this one truth, and any other truth, you really naturally don't have the ability to take it on and to respect that. Or so that could be how you feel. And maybe we all do feel like that and are closed up sometimes in some situations, and we can find ourselves in that energy as well somehow. And when you're very balanced, then you are well connected to your internal world. You can see visions, you can listen to words and see pictures in your mind, and read between the lines, feel more than what you can hear with your eyes, and see with these eyes, and feel with your senses. And at the same time, you're very well connected to your human, physical, basic needs too. That's when you're well balanced, I would say.
And also one thing I wanted to also say for imbalances, also some clues of how that you're imbalanced in this chakra, is that you have a lot of headaches and nightmares and vision problems. So all that plays up here. A while back, I had these migraines all the time, and it was in a transitionary phase where I noticed that I was struggling with connecting to my third eye chakra and with my vision and what I wanted. And it showed in these migraines that I got every day at the same time for a couple of hours. And so if you have anything connected to your brain, any also like diseases that have to do with your brain, I would really encourage you to work with this chakra. And a way to work with this chakra is really by meditation, by really clearing out the mind, right? You can also do journaling because some people are imbalanced in a way that they have so many thoughts and they can't stop not thinking. And I think a lot of people have this problem, that there are so many thoughts that you cannot focus, right? And meditation, it's going to be hard in the beginning, but really, really try to put an effort into getting there or trying it. And it's not about not having thoughts. It's about being able to focus. And so meditation, I think we will maybe make podcasts. I think that would be actually a really good podcast, because so many people ask me and used to ask me about how should I start meditating. Maybe we should take that on as an episode.
Yeah.
How we could start, how we could help you start meditating. And then there are some exercises that you can do with your eyes that really help to clear and activate this chakra, and some poses. But Alex, I remember when we did this online retreat, this virtual retreat, that because Alex talked about the chakras, and we did exercises to each chakra, and you did one of the exercises with the eyes. I remember that one. And there are some other ones. Maybe you want to talk about that one.
Okay. Yeah, so I did an exercise that was very supporting the calming of the mind. And if you calm your mind, all the blah, 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 blah gets silent, and it's a good base to start your focus with. And also, it's just so relaxing, and it's like a spa feeling for me when I have this calm mind. So this exercise, I can just explain it briefly. Hopefully you watch the video and you see what I'm doing as well, is helping your vision to be focused, and that does something to your brain. So you make goggle hands, kind of with
like a telescope. You make
like a telescope. Yes, telescope.
Yeah.
Around both eyes. And then you breathe in and go to the side, to the right side, let's start. And you close your right eye when you breathe in, and you turn your head to the right side. You breathe out, you come to the front again, you open both eyes, the goggles are both open, and you breathe in, close your left hand and close your left eye, and turn your head to the left side. And breathe out, calm to the front again. And you do that for a good 5 to 10 minutes. And you really just synchronize the movement, the vision, and the breath. And that is so surprisingly, even when it looks so funny and weird, surprisingly supportive for your brain, your head, your third eye chakra. Yes. So that's the exercise we did. If you want to try it, go ahead, enjoy.
I really enjoyed it. That's why I just wanted I never practiced that with my clients, but I actually should, because I love this exercise. I do it myself.
Yeah. When I did it for the first time, I was also very happy and surprised.
Yeah. And then I wanted to share 2 other practices you can do. So one is a really quick one, and it's about like training your eyes. So where you start is basically, if you see me on video, you're gonna see me now looking at my nose top, and you're gonna do that. Focus on the top of your nose with both eyes. The first time, like 10 seconds, really focusing in. And then you can already feel when your eyes feel strained. You just close your eyes. And in the first time, don't do it over 10 seconds. And then close your eyes, relax your eyes, and then try to practice again. And you can practice this every day. And it's really short practice, 10 seconds. It's almost nothing. And then gradually you can build up to 1 minute, but really make sure that you don't strain your eyes in the beginning. So keep it low and build up. And when you have that, when you're able to do that without 1 minute, without feeling a strain in your eyes, then you can practice to look up with your eyes to your third eye. And that you can only do for 3 seconds in the beginning, only 3 seconds, and then build up to 10. So because that's really in the beginning, when you are not used to doing that, It can be very straining to your eyes, but it's a beautiful way to know the feeling of being focused, because then you can take that practice in your meditation and then focus with closed eyes on your third chakra, and you're gonna have that same feeling of drishti, direction, focus, and through that you can connect to what I explained before. You can cultivate that connecting to your internal drishti, to your internal focus. So that's one practice that's really, really simple and super short, and that you can do to up-level your focus and your concentration, but also get that internal vision and connect to your internal vision and purpose. And then one exercise with your body is a headstand. And I'm not going to explain exactly how you're going to do that on here because it's too much to explain. But the funny thing with the headstand is that when you do that, you turn your world around. So it's basically you shifting your perspective. And that it energetically, it brings the energy down into the third chakra and it opens it up, basically. But also
you have to really focus when you do a handstand. If you don't focus, you fall down.
Yeah.
You really need your focus, 100%. Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of focus you need there. You need the energy drops down into through the third chakra, right? And you have that shift of perspective physically, and that just is a perfect combination of working with this chakra. So so these are my very simple tips or our very simple tips of working with your chakra. Do you have any more?
I think it would be too much. I think I won't share that, but if you have more questions, let's just come to us and we can share more about how to open it up and also how to work on your focus, because opening it up is a good thing. Okay, yes, great when you have visions, but to work with that is also something that we have to learn. So therefore really always work on the first chakras first. Check if you are balanced there. If you don't know what that means, listen to our podcast infos, to our episodes about each and every chakra, and write down what you learned, where you stand in those chakras, and then you can go up to the sixth chakra, the third eye chakra, and check if you're open, if not, and if you can concentrate and focus on what's important and on your purpose, on what's to do for you each and every single day. Yes, so you won't get lost, because it's easy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Especially when you're open.
To open. World of distractions, it is very easy to get kicked off your path.
We need such a good focus in your third eye in this world.
Mm-hmm.
In the world of Instagram, social media, thousands of possibilities. Yes.
Stay true. It's also a way to stay true to yourself.
Yes, totally. Yeah. Who am I? What am I going to do? What's my purpose in this situation, in this world? Yeah. Cool.
Amazing. Okay. All right. Then
wrap it up.
Yeah. If you have any questions, let us know as always. And we are here for you. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much. And see you soon again.
It was so good to have you here with us for this time talking about the Ajna Chakra, your third eye chakra. Did you like this episode? We want to know. Please leave us a review, a comment, or message us. We love to hear from you and want to help you with whatever you need help with. So until next time, namaste.